There we go. Well, I got both those halfway on there. I got this fancy aluminum steering. It's like solid aluminum. And the idea of it is, and I've seen it work, if you hit something with your tie rod, it will deflect, but it'll spring back. And it'll deflect all the way enough to where it touches the diff cover and then spring back. Whereas steel would be a lot heavier and it would stay bent. And I've seen that happen too. But it's actually, for being solid aluminum, it's surprisingly light. I was blown away. I thought it was going to be a lot heavier being solid aluminum, but it was expensive. That was one of the more expensive things that I got. I think it was $400 on sale. But Nathan convinced me after seeing his spring back. So we'll get that on. We'll get them filled with oil and get the axle under it, hopefully today. But I'm gonna go to town, get some gear oil, get some lunch. Well, I said it would be sitting under its own weight. I did have to recruit Matt to help. But it is, I think, probably 10:30 at night. It's sitting under its own weight. The back sits a little higher than the front, but there's nothing in the back right now at all. So I could even out a little bit, or I do have some puck spacers I could put in to even it out. I don't know if that's a two-door thing that they have a little bit of rake to them or what, but yeah, we put an eyeball alignment on it and we'll take it for a quick spin, see how it does. I changed the cabin air filter and look at that old one. Pretty nasty.
That's nasty.
It was like $14. It's right behind the glove box. Really, really easy. You should probably check yours. So, consensus, it drives way better than it did when I first got it with the little tires on it. It drove terrible, and I think it was all probably in the alignment. The clearance is nice. You know, everybody talks about the JK low belly, and I know that's mostly the four doors, but it did pretty good. I climbed the little wall outside that I usually test things on, but it looks good. It drives very, very good, and the 513s really wake up the mechanical torque of it, so that's pretty nice. I think I'm still gonna get 37s just to kind of make it a little more comfortable and get a little better fuel mileage. Okay, it's official. I just got the plate. Title is in the mail. So that's it. This thing's ready to go on the road. I'm gonna start driving this thing. But don't think that this is gonna be, you know, the last episode. I know I have more stuff coming. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy some wheels and tires because I want to just be totally done with this thing and save my BFGs for the TJ in the summer. And you know, maybe something else might be on the way. I don't know. And then with projects like these, you know, little things always come up. We all kind of know that, or anybody who's built a rig. So today, though, I'm going to actually take it for a cruise, go up to Andrew's house and help him, because everybody knows he needs the motivation to get moving on his rig. And I'm going to bring some coolant, some oil, and see how things go. Okay, let's talk money. What did you guys think I was going to be into this? Now, full disclosure, I am cheating a little bit because I already had these wheels and tires. So let's talk about a number without the wheels and tires. What am I into this? What are you guys thinking? Comment your answer now, and I'm going to give you the true number at the end of this video. And and I'm taking into account the parts that I sold. So I sold the lift off it, which was a really cheesy, cheap lift. And I sold those wheels and tires. The person hasn't came and picked them up yet. And I sold the original bumper, which is the same bumper minus the bull bar. And I sold the driveline. So that's the point that I want you guys to guess at that point. So what do you think I'm into it? I'll give you a hint. It's probably less than most people think, and I've gave a few hints so far throughout the series, but obviously that number is going to go up when I put a different set of wheels and tires on it. Okay, final answer. I am into this Jeep $11,065 as of right now. Now that doesn't include tax and it doesn't include the wheels and tires. But I still have this guy to sell. And JK guys, I know you know what that thing goes for on eBay or whatever. So that number could go down. Could go down after I sell that, or it will go down after I sell that. But it'll go right back up as soon as I put wheels and tires on it. So whoever guessed closest wins. So obviously with new builds, there's always hiccups. And this one's my fault. Took the Jeep for its first drive and all was going well until I heard some noises in the rear end. And the pedal kind of sunk on me, and so I lost a rear caliper, and it still has one bolt in it out of two, and it rotated up off of the disc and started to clamp, obviously, and the pedal kind of went soft. So I'm here. I made it to an O'Reilly's. It happens to be a 12 by 1.5 bolt, and if you know anything about nuts and bolts, that's a really rare size. They always are 12175 or 12125. So I went to Schwab's, which is right next door, and they happen to have a bolt. It's a little short, but I think it will work for the time being. And Andrew happens to be on his way down with some tools and a tarp because it is pouring rain. So I'm gonna climb under there as soon as he gets here and tighten up the other bolt, put this bolt in, and then we'll be good to go, I think, hopefully.
So you got it all lined up and everything? You're just putting the bolt in?
Yeah.
Dang.
Now I need a 19.
19?
Yeah.
Coming right up.
And maybe some pliers.
Like what kind?
Anything real. Leatherman will work.
All right, well that took like a minute.
Yeah, I knew what I needed, and all I just needed was a little bit of tools to get it done. But it's good to go now. Probably a permanent fix. The bolt was the perfect length and everything. So
I could have got by with one bolt.
yeah, you probably would have tried. I believe that.
And just for the, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but it is like pissing, rain, nasty.
And probably 37 degrees, 36 degrees.
It was spitting snow upriver, so.
Jeez.
All right, let's go get warm.
Okay, finalizing some stuff on the JK. I use these low range off-road toe plates that you just bolt to your hub. On the JK, you have to take the caliper off, bolt them on, run 2 tape measures, get your numbers, adjust your alignment. I went with a 16th toe in, and that's based off this spread. So 16th more in the rear than there was in the front. Got that done. Got my tires balanced because I experienced death wobble on the very first ride. So
Like I'm one wobble away from death.
adjusting my alignment, it was quite a ways off. It was toe out like 3/8 about. So tightened everything up, adjusted the toe, had the tires balanced. Now I'm working on a little bit of trimming here. So I'm gonna keep trimming. I can't really video and trim at the same time at the moment, so I'll show you guys once it's all done. All right, done trimming, at least for now. I'm probably gonna try to just not do any more and then bump down to 37s when I feel like spending the money. But you know, I trimmed off a bit, mainly right in this range where the tire was touching, a little bit up here just to kind of clean up that radius in case the tire got into that. Same thing on the other side. I'm working on the Jeep again. You guys have missed a lot. I didn't film a lot of some of the struggles I was having with the dreaded death wobble. Those of you who know, once you get it, it sometimes can be very hard to figure it out and fix it. It happened to be that this Jeep was not happy until it ended up with, and I know this goes against everything you hear on the internet, but at 1/8 inch toe out, and now it seems to be happy. I'm still kind of tinkering with the alignment. I got a little bit of steering wheel, the steering wheel's off center a little bit that I need to get straightened out, and I just now jacked it up to do that. And take a look at this. Bad ball joints, so I'm gonna get that fixed. The problem is I just got put on a job where I think it's 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, so it's gonna be hard to get videos edited and get any kind of work done. The only saving grace is there's no snow in the hills for me to miss out on right now. So I guess I should mention that when I was first having the death wobble issues, I did check the ball joints and they were tight. They are now both loose, and I kind of knew that probably was going to be the case because I welded in my C gussets with them in and tried to keep them cool, but they usually don't last when you do that, and I was just gambling with it. So that's what's going on. And I wanted to make the effort to show that there is struggles with these builds. So like, I know you guys see a lot of people on YouTube and they do these crazy builds, and not that this is a crazy build, this is a pretty simple build, but it always looks, at least on video, that it goes off without a hitch and that everything goes perfect. That's not always the case. If it's not the case with yours, you're not the exception. That's pretty standard. There's there's struggles with every build, most of the time at least, and this one's no different. It's just the way it goes.